Hegel says somewhere, in that particularly pompous way of his, history always repeats itself. But you know, comrades, he forgot to add that the first time, that's a tragedy. But the second time, that's a farce. What should we say of this modern revolution? What do we say of France of today? It's farce. The montagne of the old revolution of 89 to 94 for the revolutionaries of today, farce. The great Napoleon, the uncle for Napoleon le Petit, Louis Napoleon the nephew, farce. Oh, comrades, we men, we make our own history. But you know, we never make it in the circumstances of our choosing. Consciousness of the dead weighs like a nightmare on the minds of the living, and most on those who have something new to say. They mum their words, they muff their parts, they look back in history to find out who they are. So it was with Luther. He set the world ablaze with his words, but he did not do it as himself. He did it pretending all the while to be St. Paul or St. Augustine reborn. I think it is because they are saying something new. They are like those people who are learning a new language and are nervously translating it back into the old. And so it was in France in the great days of the Revolution, when Danton, Saint-Just and Robespierre set the world ablaze. But they did not do it in their own name, but rather the name of Rome. They were Horatius, Cato, Cicero, even great Caesar reborn. And in the name of Rome, they took the feudal order, they plunged it at the neck and cast it down. And what did they replace? Something Rome could never have thought of, something they did not dream of. They replaced it with a bourgeois republic, where money alone is king. And what did such a republic care for the heroes of its birth, or for the ghosts that were watching over the crib in which it was born? Nothing. And who did we get ruling that republic? We got Tocqueville, Sage, Guizot, and over them all, that old hogshead, Louis Philippe, last of the debased line. But you know, my comrades, it is always this way. Think what happened in the 17th century. How the great language of Malachi and Harabi, the language of the Old Testament, the language of Cromwell and Winstanley, gave way in a generation to that old bean counter lock. But in all these revolutions, I tell you, at least the revolutionaries, immersed as they were in their own past, had something new to say. But what do we say of France? It is a farce. These people are walking, these modern revolutionaries, as if they were in a dream. They mull their parts, and have done so since Marat started to preach revolution in 48, as if he was Old Bailey reborn. And now it gets ludicrous, as Napoleon, Napoleon le Petit, Louis Napoleon, nephew of a mighty uncle, comes and takes power. He dons the iron mask of his family to hide his repulsive, commonplace visage. These people, I tell you, are lost in their history. They have forgotten their constitution, or they treat it like some antique shop. Do you know who they remind me of? They remind me of that cartoon of Bedlam. Oh, you all know the one. The one where, in the foreground, there sits that man dressed in the robes of an Egyptian slave, lamenting his fate, saying, "Oh, I, a free-born Englishman, it is such a pity that I am enslaved to these Egyptians. I build their pyramids, I dig their gold. Oh, my fate," he laments it. But all the while, all he needs to do is to turn round and walk out the door. Well, these French, these revolutionaries, they are the same. They've lost themselves in their own history. They willingly put their necks in a halter while they talk of their debt to the Napoleonic family. Oh, my comrades, I tire of the sad old poetry of revolution. Let us find something new to say, you and I. Let those words bury themselves. Let our dead bury our dead. Let us sing some new songs of revolution. If we cannot, our thoughts will remain forever in chains. But if we can, we have the world to gain. I have been Karl Marx. Thank you.